Hello, my lovers. I wanted to make a quick video talking about a topic regarding cycling that I think is very important, but I felt didn't get enough attention when I started riding. It wasn't something that was talked about that much, but it's cycling. The type of cycling gear I'm talking about is your shoes. The type of shoes that you wear for cycling is very important. Now, again, on this channel, when I talk about cycling and doing things cycling, I mean cycling over 10 miles regularly, right? We're not talking about a trip down to the store or something like that. So when people suggest things like when I made a budget video and someone's like, a Walmart bike, you know, I never want to diss any type of bike because depending on what you're doing with the thing, it should be fine. If you're just going down the street, then a Walmart bike is fine, you know, but if you're trying to ride 10 miles with gradient and hills and things like that, then I'm not doing that. So it's the similar thing with shoes, right? Like if you're just riding down the block, no big deal. But if you are trying to ride for a long period of time, then the type of shoes, or you're a commuter and you ride every day, then the type of shoes you ride are important. Gone are the days of wearing sneakers and Converse shoes and things like that. People who ride regularly do not wear those type of shoes. Why? Because most bike pedals will tear those type of shoes apart. Also, the pedaling motion that you do on a bike will push forward your toes forward towards the, you know, the edge of that your shoe. So it'll put a lot of pressure on that toe. It'll kind of wear out a toe hole in your big toe. It's kind of what happens to basketball shoes over time because you're cutting and stopping and starting. And so over time, because of the softness of the fabric of the shoe, you just kind of tend to wear it out and split your shoes open. When I first moved here from Southern California and started riding, especially if there's weather too, weather plus cycling will just disintegrate shoes. I don't know what to tell you. So over time, I had to realize that that is not an option. Also, we have 4 seasons, pretty much 3 to 4 seasons in the Pacific Northwest. So riding in the winter, you need something that keeps your feet dry. So there are some rules that I've come up with when discussing shoes, or the type of shoes that I will wear. And they need to have, one, a hard sole. No matter what weather condition I'm riding in, they can't be the soft rubbery sole. They need to be hard. So there are 3 shoes essentially, or 3 types of shoes, but these are the 3 shoes that I have that I will use when riding my bike. And this will basically take me out. These 3 pairs of shoes will take me throughout the whole entire year. All right, so 3 sets of shoes. What we have is we have the clip-ins, the neon yellow or green clip-ins. We have our bogs for rain, general purpose. And then we have our open-toed ones, okay? So the clip-ins, pretty self-explanatory in terms of SPD pedals. I will wear this on the Fezzari. I clip into the Fezzari. I can make a video talking about my decision to use clip-in pedals and whether it's worth it, whether it isn't. As it turns out, I do enjoy it on the Fezzari, and there they will stay. So I use those ones for sport. If it's light rain, something like that, I'll wear them. I've experimented with wearing toe covers when it rains, but ultimately when I ride the Fezzari, because I'm not going anywhere, that I won't come back home, I don't really mind my feet getting wet. You know, and if it's super rainy, I just won't ride as long. Now the bogs, these are all weather conditions. I'll wear these all year round. They're easy to slip on. They're basically like boots. They're fully waterproof. Your feet are not going to get wet in these, but they don't breathe. So there's that. It turns out that that's not a big deal. These are my commuting shoes. These are the ones I wear with flat pedals. And as you can see, hard soles at the bottom. These shoes, all of these shoes that I'm showing you, they're not going to tear apart from the pedal action, from metal pedals. You know, I have the metal pedals on the Poseidon, so they're going to go hard on shoes. These bogs, they're beautiful. Very comfortable, great riding shoes. There is a shop in Fremont that the owner of that bicycle shop. But anyway, he suggested to wear boots. He was like, you should just wear boots, man. That's what I wear. And then these sandals, hard soles. I also have sandals with the hard soles. I'll wear these in the summertime. I got these off Amazon really cheap. I've had them for like 4 or 5 years, and you can see they're kind of battered, but they are very functional. And even though they have some wear and tear in it, they work pretty well, especially for the price. I would get another pair. And so they're just great because they have a hard sole. And that's another thing too. If your soles are hard, not only do they wear, they're more durable, but you can also transfer more power than you can with softer soles. So ultimately, the rule of thumb for me is anything that I ride, the sole has to pass the test. It's got to be hard enough to deal with the wear and tear of pedals. And these sandals that you see, you can see they have some wear, but I've been riding on them for years. And I mean, riding on them is about as tough a test of a shoe as you're going to put on it. The clip-ins, they have like solid bottoms too, so you're not really worried about that, and as do the bugs. So it's kind of, if you're commuting and you have to go somewhere where, if you got to go to work or somewhere where you're riding in the rain, then for me it's non-negotiable. You need some sort of boot type situation that's going to keep your feet dry. And so that's what the bogs do, even to the point where, if it's rainy, I might ride the Poseidon with the flat pedals just so I can use the bogs, just because I don't want to deal with my feet getting wet. Like I said, if it's something where I'm commuting and I have to be somewhere on the bike, then I'm more likely to use the flat pedals in the rain, and it's going to affect my decision that way. But mostly now when I'm riding in the rain, it's mostly for recreation, so I'm not really going to worry about keeping my feet that dry. So there you have it.